You get no bad, the ratings.
No, you get bad, my friend. You take away no, you get bad. It's as simple as that, alright? Simpler than toast with no butter on it. Bland. And that's wrestling 2024. This Raw had nothing, really. It went for a 5 last week to a 3 this week, so hit me with the 2 negative points. CM Punk did a wee backstage interview. The New Day came out and didn't say anything. But what else did we get? The Wyatt Six. The Wyatt Six taking on a bunch of Diddy men. The Final Testament, Paul Ellering, returning in 2024. Does that get the blood pumping? No. Does it get your blood pumping?
I mean, you can
no.
say the Wyatt Six will take on a bunch of Diddy men, but the men they're taking on are far bigger than them. So I mean, like,
yeah, I know, but I'm talking in terms of star size, man. They're like a bag of magic stars. Not much happening. Just a 99p bag of chocolate.
The Offers of Pain or Diddy men compared to the Wyatt Six, those 6 rock stars.
Well, you know why I called them Diddy men? Because I forgot the Final Testament's name, alright? I apologise, I take it back. The Wyatt Six could very easily have been on the end of the Diddy men comment.
Well, it's been a shite intro, but let's see if we can salvage.
I think it's been alright.
Nah, it's not.
There's been more energy put into this intro than Triple H has put into Raw in his fucking entire tenure.
Let's see if we can salvage it with the numbers. So let's get into it this week.
Don't sound too excited though.
Did a 1.386 million, which is not good. In fact, it is the lowest viewership since September 23, 2024. So, I mean, we're talking the lowest viewership, and do the maths, almost 3 months.
Yeah, almost 3 months. I'm going to assume it was also up against Monday Night Football, since it's always this time of year.
Pretty much since Monday Night Football started, every Raw has been up against it. That's kind of how these things work.
That's how the NFL works, brother. But you know what? It's every year.
Since the NFL started, this is the second lowest Raw.
So it's bad. It's quite poor. But, you know, NFL's on every year, folks. It doesn't go away.
No, it doesn't.
Wrestling used to smoke it. Roll it up like Snoop Doggy Dogg.
Well, I wouldn't go as far as saying wrestling used to smoke it. It used to beat it. Like, I mean, it beat it at times.
Well, you know what? I'd say that's smoking it compared to now. WWE is the cigarette.
I mean, undoubtedly, a good Raw back in the day could beat an NFL game on Monday night that, you know, wasn't that great, or between 2 smaller teams, or a game that wasn't close. And, you know, if some team was up,
you know what? They beat them that often. McMahon created the XFL, didn't he?
Aye, well,
I mean, that tells.
He thought he was going to beat them again, but how did that work out for him?
Didn't work out.
Not very good. But anyway, let's talk about the numbers here. So yeah, this week they're a 1.386. It is the lowest in almost 3 months. And it's the lowest key demo since October 28. So kind of just going down. Now, there was the Cowboys versus the Bennicles game. Had a bet on that. Looked like my bet was going to win. But in the final quarter, the Cowboys quarterback threw absolutely nothing. But we're going to throw absolutely everything at this video. So, you know what? I can't remember his name, but he was standing in for Dak Prescott. You are a waker. That's my opinions on it. Cooper Rush, that's the guy, Cooper Rush. Guy couldn't throw a fucking pass to save his life, man. I needed him to get 225 yards, and I think he got 162. But the mad thing is, he had about 162 from like half time. So I'm thinking, oh, this bet could be up. And at one point, the cash out was up to £82.50.
It was looking good.
For a £20 bet. Now, should I have cashed out? Should Fog Wrestling have split that money? We probably should have, but, you know, hindsight's good, and unfortunately my decision on the night wasn't good. But anyway, enough about the NFL. Let's talk about the MFL. Monday. Oh, shit, brother. Anyway, betting. Please gamble responsibly, guys.
I don't get why people say that, though. I mean, we're not official here. See if you want to waste all your money, go ahead.
Nah, don't do it. It's a curse.
No, it's a curse, but I mean, I'm not your keeper. If you'd rather send us super, if you need to fuel that gambling addiction, right? Then you send a super chat to Fog Wrestling. How about that? And that money can go towards our gambling addiction. All right? Because I know how it cuts deep, brother. But the 18 to 49.
Also, 2025, we've got more giveaways coming as well. So it's almost like, if you give us super chats, you get your money back at a later date. It's like an investment.
Absolutely. But
you invest in us and we'll invest in you.
The 18 to 49 was down 19%, a 0.43 compared to 0.50 last week. So that's a pretty big decrease there. But that's to be expected when the overall rating's down. The 18 to 49 is going to be down, you know what I mean?
It is going to be down. So, yeah, it's very rare that you get like a big decline in viewership, but an increase in the key demo. I think they tend to go hand in hand.
I know they do. Yeah, I don't. People seem to believe that sometimes the rating can suck, but the 18 to 49's good. Sounds like a load of shit to me. Alright, that's what it sounds like to me, but that looks pretty good. Moving on though to other things here in the world of Monday Night Raw, brother. We're going to go to the clips, alright? We've talked enough about quarters. Well, we haven't even talked about quarters. That's for a later video at a later time. But let's talk about CM Punk. WrestleNomics has got a beef with CM Punk, and for whatever reason, it doesn't include his clips unless someone else is in the clip majority of the time. So, big CM Punk, he did 264 in a backstage interview. Probably some of his better mic work, dare I say. So, again, whatever it is, clips where it's like a backstage interview don't do well.
Like, CM Punk's great, but WWE don't help the guy out. I will say that, man.
Yeah.
They've kind of... I think his return has been lackluster with some good moments.
Yeah, and I think a problem. I mean, I say backstage moments don't work. It's almost like when they go fully cinematic, like he did with Heyman and Reigns. It works, but when he sits backstage with, I can't even remember her name. What's her name? What's the woman he does it with?
Kathy Kelly.
I don't think it was
Jackie
Kathy-
Richmond.
Jackie Richmond. That's the one. And then if you talk about the Chicago Penguins, whatever the fuck they're called now, we're going to have a problem. Who cares about your sports team, Punk? I mean, your sports team smokes you in the ratings. Unless you're going to address that big man, then I don't want you talking about it. But in terms of the rest of the clips, the New Day, yes it is. They drew the highest with 568,000 viewers. No real surprise, but again, they didn't actually say anything. They came out and got booed.
I like this. I did enjoy this New Day heel turn on Big E. It was unexpected, and I think that is what you want because it looks so predictable for months and months that Woods was just going to turn his back on Kofi, and in the end they did something different with a double heel turn. People pissed their pants saying, oh, that's not right, it doesn't make any sense. But I mean, why do you want to watch a wrestling show that is boring and predictable? I like the twists and turns, and I thought that was a good one last week. Now they came out, and for me it just seemed like a Dominic Mysterio-esque style promo where they tried to speak every time they attempted to talk. They piped in and I know they do this with Dominic as well for a certain extent, but I do feel like Dominic does actually get a much bigger heel reaction than the New Day. But I still think the New Day were getting a pretty good reaction in terms of getting booed and being heels. So I would just rather it be natural, man. I would rather if you're basing, let's say you're basing it on a volume or whatever. If you're saying a volume from 100, from 0 to 100, I would rather a natural 50 sound volume with the crowd booing than like pipe up to 100, but it's obviously fake.
No, yeah, no.
I can get it. If there's no reaction whatsoever, then you might have to pipe in, like John Cena said about Austin Theory. But I mean, if you're getting a good reaction, I think that WWE's going too far by like trying to make it as if everybody in the arena hates them.
Yeah, and you can tell, like you look at the crowd, and if there's not enough people booing or reacting, then it's obviously piped in. See, back in the day when you see like Austin come out and everybody in the crowd's up, man, fucking, signs flying everywhere. It's real.
See, when Austin popped, it was like limbs in a football game when you get a 93rd minute winner, and then you see the arms flying up and down. And
hopefully no VAR though, but yeah. The New Day, there was VAR declared there was piped in audio. But moving into second spot, we get 453,000 viewers for Seth Rollins calling CM Punk a fraud. Should they have put CM Punk first? CM Punk is called a fraud by Seth frickin' Rollins.
I see, we'll talk about that in a little minute, but I seen a post on Twitter saying that you have to lose one of these guys forever in the WWE, and the four options were CM Punk, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins. I mean, you have to delete one. I mean, who are you deleting?
Well,
now, does it matter if it's all time or does it matter if it's just going forward? Because I think the answer could be different.
I agree.
Now, I think if it's all time, there's two of those guys that you cannot be deleting. I think if it's going forward, honestly, man, I could accept a wrestling world without Randy Orton in it anymore.
Why, yeah.
But for me, it's obviously between Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer Drew, I think we're liars if we say that Seth Rollins hasn't had bigger moments than Drew.
No, he has, but I think going forward, Drew will be a bigger star than Seth. Or at least he should be.
No, he should be, but will he get that? I'm not too sure. Obviously, Seth's, main event at Mania, is cashed in at Mania. McIntyre...
Oh, well, Drew wasn't really there. He was rebuilding himself.
Yep. I don't think many of us would complain about forgetting about 3MB.
I'm just one man.
I'm just a one-man band. But, moving into...
Anyways, for me, Seth Rollins is better than... Seth Rollins is better than... No, I mean, CM Punk's better than... I don't even think CM Punk and Seth Rollins can be compared.
No.
I don't think they're on the same tier. You know when people do tier lists? See if you're tiering all-time stars. For me, Punk and Seth Rollins are not on the same list.
Oh, fuck no. See, Seth Rollins is a B-plus player.
Oh, on an all-time tier list, I'm not putting him in the B category.
Yeah, well, I mean, right now.
Okay.
To me, though, to me, Seth Rollins is better than Bryan. I don't like Daniel Bryan.
Well, that's controversial.
No, I can...
So you prefer Rollins over Bryan?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong.
I'm not sure I agree with
I
that.
think Seth Rollins fucking annoys me, but I think when he can do heel work, right, and he doesn't dress like a woman, which is hard to look past, by the way it is, I think he just looks more like a star than Bryan. I think Bryan's just a wee diddy, man.
I mean,
I don't think Rollins looks out of place.
When Rollins was heading the Authority, I think you could buy it more than if Bryan was head of the Authority.
Yep.
Anyway, let's move on to the next clip.
I'm not saying Bryan's awful, but I prefer Rollins.
Right, third place we had the Judgment Day layout, Damian Priest and Gunther, 384,000 views. Fourth place, Adam Pearce adds Damian Priest to the world title match, 364,000 views.
I need to lie down, fella.
Fifth place, Paul Ellering returns to help Final Testament and The Miz beat the Wyatt Six, 351,000 views. Sixth place, Ludwig Kaiser slaps Braun Breaker, 341,000 views. And in seventh place, last out of the listed clips, but not last out of all the clips uploaded, Drew McIntyre plans to eliminate Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. This got 286,000 views. Now, there is more clips that just have did less views than this, so we haven't had them listed on WrestleNomics. Shout out to WrestleNomics who brings us the ratings. But, I mean, is it just me, or do we see, outside of a few, and I know people have said this before, but you bash this certain category of wrestlers or whatever, but I can only tell the truth, and I can only say what my eyes see in front of me, but is it just me, or across the board, the women just tend to not draw?
No, I totally agree. No, the Rhea Ripley Raquel Rodriguez Anything Goes match got 641, but see the full match. It doesn't matter what they do. People click on that.
Yeah, but what about all the other stuff?
No, all the other stuff stayed. Like, I mean, Live for Carey in the 100,000. That's like AEW levels. But the McIntyre one's low. But again, it's a backstage.
So basically, what you're saying is that women's match was first, and we didn't mention it.
That's pretty much what I'm saying. But it was a full match. So WrestleNomics doesn't include it.
Well, we include it, so see from now on, WrestleNomics can take a wee back seat here.
No, but what? You're right. The women don't draw.
I was under the illusion that the only clip that we weren't talking about was the CM Punk clip.
I was under that same illusion till I scrolled up there and...
So was that a botch?
Did Big Stevie Cool botch? You're free to check YouTube as well.
Well, you were the guy dealing with me.
I'm the guy dealing with you.
I trusted you.
Well, technically the Raw highlights did the highest. I mean, where would you draw the line?
Anyway, talk to me about.
Well, hold on. Right, let's just say.
What about the women? Right, I want to know what the other ones did.
Well, let's just
Dakota
say.
Kai.
Just because Rhea Ripley's match did the highest doesn't mean that they're all draws.
Triple threat action. What did those matches
137, and the other one did 194.
So the two women's matches didn't break 200k.
That's what we're getting at. I mean, when Ludwig Kaiser slapping Braun Breaker smoking you, man, you got a problem.
Got a big problem. Anyway, guys, there you go. That's the numbers. Look, we'll be back for the quarter-hour ratings breakdown, and we'll break it all down. It's D-Generation X would say, break it down. That's it, though. Till next time. Peace.